Hello again and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. I am Zarkoon, and today I've got a video for you in which I play HMS Hood, the premium tier 6 British battleship. But this video is not really about me or the Hood. That is why this is not a review of the Hood. Instead, this video is about a destroyer on my team. He goes by the name of Big Red 1 1991, and he is in the Tier 5 British destroyer Icarus. He is going to have an amazing game, this game, and I'm going to have a decent game in conjunction with him. Now, before this game gets started, let me ask you a question. Do you ever read those little pieces of advice that pop up on the screen when you're loading into battle? I believe there is one piece of advice that reads something like, if you are in a destroyer, use your bigger teammates for cover. I swear the game tells you something like that in one of the pieces of advice on the loading screen. And my question is this. Has anybody ever actually tried to employ that kind of strategy? I certainly haven't. And if you have tried to employ that kind of strategy, did it work? And if it did work, were you in a division when you did it? That's my question to you. I suspect the answer for the majority of you is no. But apparently, at least according to this replay, it can be a viable strategy. Now you see, Big Red 1 is in the Bravo cap. He is capturing it right now, and he is going to secure the capture point. I too am headed for Bravo, because I noticed a line of ships heading this way toward the Alpha cap, and I don't necessarily want to meet them in open water. I want to put the island between me and the line of enemies, because one thing I will say about the Hood for the purposes of this video is that its armor isn't exactly the best. So you definitely don't want to find yourself in a situation where you're getting focused by a number of ships. That's why I'm heading this way. I'm hoping to catch just a few of the stragglers or, come in and hit them from behind. And we spot our first target here, an enemy Gneisenau. We can't tell exactly what he's doing, but we spot a juicier target. Enemy Leander, coming around the corner, full speed. See if we can hit him broadside. If we can, that would be pretty good. And we can't because he's turning. We launch a full salvo at him. Half of it hits the rocks. The other half misses him. So, what a wonderful way to start the game. Having to turn away now. We don't want to get shot in the side from the enemy Gneisenau there. But notice that there's a line of torpedoes launched sequentially, coming right toward the enemy Gneisenau. Looks like 2 or 3 of them are on target, and in fact, the Icarus gets 2 torpedo hits, and we land a decent armor-piercing salvo. So, pretty good for an opening move between me and my teammate here. I am now going to try and turn and use this island as cover, but that is made unnecessary because the Icarus deploys a smoke screen, which conceals me after the firing penalty goes down from firing my guns. So this is going to allow me to turn, angle back toward the Gneisenau, and hopefully get some decently effective shots into him. This is the first move, by the way, that Big Red 1 in the Icarus pulls during this game that directly benefits me. Now we have met up inside this cap circle, and Big Red 1 here in the Icarus is not going to leave my side for the entire rest of the match. I don't know why he chose to play this way. you're going to see as we continue on here that it worked out really, really well for him, and it was of tremendous benefit to me. It's probably the only thing that kept me alive throughout the course of this entire game. And now, another thing that I should mention here is if you ever go on social media, say the World of Warships Legends Facebook page or the World of Warships Legends subreddit, you'll see every now and again, well, maybe like every day, every week, I don't know, you'll see a lot of people going back and forth about which console has the better player base. Some people say that the PlayStation 4 is populated by a field of potatoes who couldn't hit the broadside of a barn from the inside and spend all their time in battleships humping the map border, or spend all their time in destroyers YOLOing against battleships and dying horrible, horrible deaths. And you'll see another group of people who say basically the same thing except about Xbox players. Now, I, of course, am on the PlayStation 4, and Big Red 1 here is on the Xbox. So, say what you will about my overall playing skills. I think I'm okay. And Big Red 1 here is, well, he ends up having a fantastic game. So, maybe enough of this back and forth banter about the differences in the player base between Xbox and PlayStation. There's potatoes on both consoles. There's unicums on both consoles. And if one has more better players than the other, there is no reasonable or scientific way to identify that. So, here is me doing my part to bring the two communities together since crossplay is enabled. Now, however, we are in a situation in the game where we have secured the Bravo cap, the enemy has secured 2 of the other capture points, and we no longer have any targets to shoot at. So we're making a hard turn to port here. Our friend in the Icarus is going to follow us as we move into a new position to engage some more enemies. There he is over there to our port side, being an excellent little destroyer escort. I truly have never seen anything quite like what he does in this game. I've played 3,000 games in World of Warships Legends, and honestly, this is not something that happens very often. It's not something you see very much with teammates sticking together like this and helping each other out. Well, really, I'm just doing my thing, trying not to die, and the Icarus is the one helping me out. Why is he doing this? I don't know. Maybe he thought it was his best bet for getting the most damage. He certainly does get 3 kills because of it, and I believe he gets around 2,500 base XP, so he plays a very good game. Or, I do have a rather small following here on YouTube. Thank you for all of you who have subscribed. I really appreciate it. Perhaps Big Red 1 here knows who I am and decided he wanted to help me out. I don't know why he does what he does in this game, but I'll tell you what, I really do appreciate it. Now, we're sitting at 55,000 damage here. This King George is engaging us. He's firing AP at us, and he's, doing some decent damage, but he's tunnel visioning on us pretty hard. So, Big Red 1 here has launched a salvo of 4 torpedoes his way, and they look like they are right on target. The King George seems to have no idea that his death is swiftly approaching him, cutting through the waves like big metal fish of death, and looks like 2 torpedoes hit him, maybe even 1, and that's enough to finish him off. But if it hadn't been enough to finish him off, all 4 of those torpedoes certainly would have hit him. So, fantastic salvo from Big Red 1 in the Icarus. Absolute master shot there, headshot right to the whatever. I don't know. It was good, right? All right. So, got an enemy Colorado out here. The enemy Leander is still off to our starboard side, harassing us with his British AP, and it is taking a toll on us. His torpedoes sail across the bow of our ship, narrowly missing us by about an inch. So that's good. And I don't necessarily want to turn my ship to engage the Leander when there is a Colorado right here. The Colorado presents a clear and mortal threat to me, so he needs to die before I can do really anything about the Leander. And luckily, I'm angled just correctly enough that all of the Colorado shells from that salvo either bounce or shatter against my armor, and sure enough, we've got 3 torpedoes incoming from our friend the Icarus, who is now firing his guns at the Colorado. Looks like all of his torps hit the Colorado. It's not quite enough to finish him off. I was hoping the salvo there from my rear guns would be, but unfortunately it wasn't, so I'm going to have to turn the ship again. This time the Colorado does get a pretty good hit on me, and I'm now down to 17,000 health. Things aren't necessarily looking the best, but then again, the Colorado isn't looking too hot either. Another salvo, another 2 overpens for minimal damage. Maybe I need to aim lower. I don't know. Rear guns on target now, and yeah, aiming lower seems to have done it, except it wasn't enough to finish the Colorado off, because why should it be? Luckily, the Icarus secures the kill before his torpedoes even reach the Colorado, and certainly one of those would have hit him if the fire hadn't finished him off first. So there he is, the man of this video. Big Red 1, 1991 in the Tier 5 Icarus. 3 kills to his name, and I believe 2,500 base XP. So, hopefully I will get another video on the Hood that will be a proper review. And I wanted to do that before publishing this footage as a video, but I just thought it was too good to pass up making a video on it right away, and I wanted to do that. I wanted to do it partly because Big Red 1 1991 here is on the Xbox, and since I am on the PlayStation, I have no way of really communicating with him. I can't message him, but I can make this video to commend him on his awesome performance. We are sitting here at 91,646 damage. We're going to net about 2,000 base XP as well, and I believe we're going to come in 3rd on the leaderboard. But that's okay. We won the game, and Big Red 1 here was of incredible help in doing that. So thank you, Big Red 1, and thank you for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and consider subscribing to my channel. Got a lot of World of Warships Legends content coming all the time. That's all for this one. Goodbye.